Hello everyone, Nick here, coming about 8 days later from recording the Collector's Edition unboxing. On the Friday, the 3rd of May, I went to the HMV in Harlow to see if they had the Standard Edition in stock, because to amend a previous statement about all the anime releasing a Standard Edition Blu-ray of the series after the Collector's Edition, usually a few months later. What they seem to be doing more recently is releasing the Collector's Edition to their website exclusively and the Standard Edition at the same time, but more generally, so like at HMV, Amazon, and all the other good places where they sell DVDs and Blu-rays. So, this happened for the My Next Life as a Villainess Season 1 Blu-ray as well. The Standard Edition was available more regularly at DVD Blu-ray stores and other shops that would sell DVDs and Blu-rays, and online stores, whilst the Collector's Edition was an all the anime exclusive website exclusive release, and the same seems to have happened for Lupin The Third Part 6. So I went into my local HMV to pick up a copy. They didn't have any in stock at that time, but it was only a few days after it just come out. But what I did do was place a order there at the shop for a delivery of the release, so that we can order a copy in either to the in-store to pick up at a later date, or to be delivered to home, much like when purchasing from the website. So today's the 7th of May, so it's 4 days after that, and the day before recording this was a bank holiday, so surprisingly they said about 3 to 5 working days plus the bank holiday. I don't know if that includes Saturday though. So yeah, because the part of the bank holiday, Friday or the following week was possibly more likely, maybe the Saturday. But actually it came today, so that was a really fast turnaround from HMV after a very satisfying ordering. I know it's HMV because when I had the label on, I've taken it off for the purposes of this video, it had it returned to HMV, so it's for the return address. So let us open this up to see what the Standard Edition is like. I was, from looking at images on the order, I was correct about, and also for when looking up the Part 6 Blu-ray in general, which is why I knew about it, the Standard Edition being in general stores, much like My Next Life as a Villainess Season 1. So from that, and also looking at the order to confirm it's the right one, it does look like it is using the same picture as the Collector's Edition, the same first half of the season promotion, say it's Season 6A, or Part 6 Half A, or Core A. Let's just say it's 6A, Part 6A. So now taking off the tape, let's open up to see what the Blu-ray looks like. Yeah, as I was saying, the front cover looks, here we go, here's the spine. And yeah, as I was saying, the front cover is basically the same as the Collector's Edition. The main poster artwork for Part 6 sees the first half, half one. Let's call it half one. No receipt included, so I'll just get that packaging out the way. Okay, so I'm just going to take off the packaging, but that seems to be the front, the stickers covering Zenigata's face. Cutting off a bit more of the bottom and the top by the looks of it, because it's a slightly smaller picture to fit into the Blu-ray case. And then the back is the same, I think. So. Yeah, it's the same. The pictures are definitely from a wide range of the series. The top left square is from episodes 5 or 6, and the top right square is from 13 or 14, and then the rectangular ones are from 1, 24 and 2 respectively. And yeah, basically the same as what we had for the Standard Edition. So I'll just take off the plastic, and to quote Mr. TARDIS, we're in the collector's value, except for this is the standard release, so it's not as collectors as much as the standard one. No, this is the standard one as much as the other version. So yes, yeah, same picture more or less. Maybe a little bit more cropped at the top and the bottom and on the sides because the picture's a bit smaller. These usually come as double-sided covers though, so I'm hoping that we get the second side's picture is the main promotional artwork for the second half of the series, which should be Lupin sitting in a chair, surrounded by the mysterious supporting female characters and guest female characters from the second half of the series. So let's see what the inside is like. And disc-wise is the same. Oh no, they've gone a little bit different this time. So taking out the discs are practically the same. Okay, so what they've done this time is the inside cover art is 2 of the 3 within mid collector's edition sets. So if I take that out, so that's our side. So our side 2 cover is actually the is more of a traditional inside DVD cover art, covers like you would say with the Doctor Who steelbooks, for example, rather than a different, like an alternative facing cover and then the information on the back. But this time, this one features Lupin and Jigen on the right and Inspector Zenigata and Goro on the left. This is a good release for Goro in terms of the packaging. He's on quite a lot of this. The inside of the collector's edition had Sherlock and Lily instead, and that release was this release is very first half of the series focused with the promotion and the pictures, and especially that one with the inside booklet being mostly characters from mainly the first 2 episodes, maybe a few of them recurring later on in the series, in the first half of the series at least, but outside the lead characters it was very first half, specifically first 2 episodes focused. This one's a bit more general, but this is a good release for Goro representation on the promotional packaging. The back doesn't have Fujiko or Goemon on it, so yeah, he's a lucky lad. But like I said, the collector's edition inside one had Sherlock and Lily instead. This is more of the front of the flaps of the collector's edition once you take it out the box and flip it round. So it's interesting they're using the same artwork as that front of the flip side, the flipping. You know what I mean? Whilst this front is the same picture as the box's front, the front of the actual discs uses this artwork, and then the other artwork on the other side. Although I think some of the character positions are the same on that one. But yeah, interesting that they've done this instead of either using the second half promotional artwork on the right and doing a list of contents on this side like they usually do. For comparisons, here's Part 5's standard release that was released in 2022 or start of 2023. If I open up the contents disc here, and Part 5's release features a different main picture for the inside cover and then all the series information on the left hand side, whilst the main side has the regular cover. Also interestingly, the spine's main picture usually also changes. In Part 5's cases, they're using a pose of Lupin from either side of the cover, but for Part 6 they're keeping the same pose of Lupin from the front cover picture on the spine. And I'll show you the cover for My Next Life as a Villainess All Routes Lead to Doom Season 1 Blu-ray as well, which I also purchased recently. They've got their side 2 cover and information on one side. Their spine's picture matches with their front and back covers respectively, so they're on the spine pictures are the same as the ones on their respective sides cover, as opposed to Lupin Part 5's. But the front ones had the back's picture on the spine, and the back one had the front one's picture on the inside spine. But part 6 is doing something different, because it's doing this other artwork from the outside of the discs holder bit once taken out of the box. As mentioned, the front cover is the same picture as the one on the box, and then once it's out of the box, these are 2 of the 3 pictures on that side, and then the inside has its own other pictures with other poses of Lupin and Jigen. I think Goemon and or Fujiko's were the same, or one of them was the same, one of them was different. I think it might be Fujiko's with the snooker ball, snooker stick thing. If this is the same video as that one, if I'm doing both unboxings in one video, you guys probably just seen it not too long ago. So yeah, not much more to say about the standard edition that hasn't already been covered with the limited edition. I will try it with the side 2 cover on to see what it looks like. And here's the case with side 2 cover back and front and back on, which makes it look more like it's instead of its own individual release, because it doesn't have the title of the series on it or the information on the back. It does make it look like it's the part 6 Blu-ray volume in a larger collection of the other series. Like this, you may get a collection of films or TV series, and they'll have their own individual pictures on the sides of the DVD or Blu-ray or 4K Blu-ray cases to indicate that it's that particular series in a collection of those series or films. So for example, if Lupin the Third parts 4, 5 and 6 and The Woman Called Fujiko Mine had been released, basically all of the ones since 2012 except Lupin Zero at the moment, were all released in a set, and they all had their own individual artwork covers to come out. This would be what part 6 would probably be represented by, instead of that or a clean version of the regular cover, but without the text. Maybe the text, but without anything else, though. It would probably just be the artwork. Those who got the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary Collection DVD or Blu-ray, this may sound similar to you, because this is probably the closest thing I can compare it to at this current time. Is an individual release, an individual case in a collection box set, and for the Doctor Who 50th Anniversary set they had 4 discs in their own cases, and they had a different Doctor and artwork behind them for each of those discs. For example, disc 1 was the 11th Doctor, 2 was the 10th, 3 was the War Doctor, and the 4th disc was the 8th Doctor, with some stuff behind them that was probably something to do with what was happening in Day of the Doctor, whilst the standard edition would look more like how this release does, with the main promotional picture as the cover, and with stuff on the spine, maybe with something on the inside, a picture of some sort. So yeah, that's the standard edition. Interesting that they've done it this way, but okay, it works. It looks pretty good. And like I said, if there was a collector's edition box set of the series and they used this artwork as the front cover of the series, maybe some of the other ones, maybe the inside of the collector's edition discs section with Fujiko, Goemon, Sherlock and Lily as the inside cover, then I think that would look pretty nice if they ever did that. But yeah, but this release is an interesting experiment with that. I am slightly disappointed with the lack of the second half's representation. Like I said, I was hoping it was going to be the inside picture, especially with the outside cover being the same as the collector's edition, both of which are using a season, first half of the season picture, and then inside is inside is the characters. So instead of having the second half promotional picture on the other side, which would have made a lot of sense, but they didn't go for that this time round. It still looks really interesting, and for this time round, yeah, it looks great. Some good promotional pictures used for the inside there. But like I said, I'm a bit disappointed at the lack of second half representation with the packaging. Only 2 pictures from the back from the second half of the series, And then everything else is either general series promotion or first half of the series promotion. And the collector's edition is a bigger offender of that. But I won't hold it against it. It was a bit of a disappointment. But if they were going to do something different, then what they've done this time round works. And it's a good... I don't know what other releases they've done that for. But in the case of the Lupin ones, this is the first one. And it also differs from My Next Life as a Villainess. But that's the only non-Lupin one I've got from all the animes at the moment. So, actually no, I tell you, I got a limited edition Cowboy Bebop one from them as well. But that's a limited edition one. As for the standard releases, this is the first one I've got, and they might be doing it a bit more regularly. Same with the whole collector's edition on their website, standard edition generally, for the ones that have them nowadays. Maybe both are still on the website for some releases, but for some other ones like My Next Life and Lupin Part 6, they're doing collector's edition on website, standard edition elsewhere. Maybe they'll come onto the main website later down the line as well, but for right now, they are general store releases, or general DVD, Blu-ray, or places that sell DVD and Blu-ray, such as HMV, where I got this one from. Excluding the fact that the booklet and collector's edition cases are omitted from the standard edition, the rest is practically the same, but it still looks pretty good. So overall, great collector's edition and great standard edition, even if I am disappointed at the lack of the second half of the season's promotion, but pleasantly surprised at the change-up that they did for the second-sided cover for the standard edition, as well as also some really nice artwork for both releases. I certainly do prefer the artwork to the inside of the collector's edition to Part 5's one, and the front cover is also, for the collector's edition, is also stronger to the Part 5 one. The standard edition's one is the one of the promotional posters, like this is, so that one automatically is a good one. And it's a good poster, so it's automatically a good cover, just like this. But Part 5's collector's edition set cover is probably the weakest, so Part 6 is definitely stronger than that one, just by using this cover alone. To rank all the anime releases of Lupin the Third, I would say, from my least favourite to favourite, I would say Part 5, Part 6, Part 4 English, because I only got a standard edition, because they had to split Part 4's Japanese and English language ones up into two separate releases, and the English language one didn't get a collector's edition one. The Japanese one was the collector's edition one, and then when that one sold out of stock, they then brought in the standard edition release of it. So you have to get either the collector's edition or the standard edition of the Japanese language and the English standard one of the English language one for both dubs. So because the English language one doesn't come in a collector's edition, I'm going to put that one next on the list. Then the first, which also had a DVD release as well as standard Blu-ray and collector's edition, which included both Blu-ray and DVD. That was fabulous. Then The Woman Called Future Kamine, that was the first one I ordered, but not the first one I got delivered, because it was a pre-order. That is such a nice release, even though it's only 2 discs, but it's a short series. And then my favourite release is Part 4 Japanese dub, which has a amazing collector's edition. No wonder it's sold out. And even the standard edition is also really great, and it's great that they got round to doing that not long after the Future Kamine release. So yeah, all the anime, despite my mild criticisms, all the anime are great at releasing the recent Lupin TV series and the first film. Whether they'll be doing any more is to be seen. Hopefully Part 7, once that series comes out and has been around for a few years. Maybe Zero, if that's getting a standard edition release. I don't know if the Cat's Eye movie will be, because that's a Amazon exclusive at the moment. But they might get the rights to do a DVD Blu-ray release of that later down the line, like Japan has done. But then again, Japan is the main country of this series. It'd be weird if they didn't do home video releases there. Same for Zero, which is a streaming exclusive as well. And probably also the Jigen movie at some point. So, that's it from this unboxing video, or videos if I've had to split them into their own separate ones. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the Nicholas Payne YouTube channel.